Welcome back to DriveWire Radio. We're live.
We got to get a higher energy in so instead of like a low.
I could just be like more high energy into like
You guys,
Radio. Get pumped.
You guys
get
should
pumped.
do like an EDM drop, like
dude.
You know, DriveWire.
What's that at the door? Ding dong.
Ding
DriveWire
dong.
Radio. Oh no.
What's up?
Welcome.
You got Carter, you got Crawford, you got Brendan DiStefano, vocalist. Navigate this guy. Did I nail that?
You nailed it.
Yes.
nailed
I practiced a little bit before. We got
I saw you. I saw you practice.
DiStefano. Just trying to
Thanks
get
for
it.
having me, guys.
Thank you for
Thank
coming, man.
Hey,
Thank you for
honestly,
coming.
it's- We love it when skilled people like yourself come and join us in this
Oh,
way.
thank you.
Hey,
Thank
you got a lot of knowledge to talk to us and share with us today, so.
I hope.
So Navigate this guy. You've been on stage with Tokyo Police Club, Virginia
Yes.
to Vegas Honors, Tyler Shaw, Neon Dreams, and many more.
Yes.
Who's the many
Who's the
more?
many
Like
more?
what else?
That's actually a band name. Many more.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kidding. You know, I mean, we've been at this for 4, 5, 6 years as a group. So, I mean, we kind of just nailed down the bigger acts.
bigger
and-
ones.
Those are the big,
and,
those are the
you know,
important
we've
ones.
obviously played with more bands than just that, but, you know, we only have 250 characters or whatever in a bio.
In the biotech,
Yeah.
I mean, we can list them all for
Right,
on and on
yeah,
and on and on.
yeah.
Got to get the point across. Also, you have a single, right? Something different.
Yeah,
Talk
just
to
released.
me about that. Yeah, tell me.
Just released.
Pretty
so
cool.
on January 17th, a couple weeks ago now, we released it, self-produced. We got on a couple of playlists. We had a
Nice.
release show with our friends, Courage My Love, who was here
Fantastic, yep.
not too long
Not
ago.
too long ago. What's up, Chris, my love?
And yeah, that went really well. We had a snowstorm that night, and it was kind of like,
That
oh
was
man,
mess.
it's
Yeah.
gonna be
That was
dicey.
mess.
Like, are people gonna
How
come?
did it turn out?
Yeah, how did it
was
end up
the
turning out?
turnout was like really surprising to
Yeah?
us, especially because of the weather.
The weather.
Even before that, we were kind of like, are we, big enough to do a headline or
For sure.
but it actually just reassured us
Yeah.
that we can do it.
Oh,
and,
wow.
people come out and
It's the first of many.
people
that
are
gonna
listening.
happen.
Yes.
That's what matters.
We'd love to do some more with Courage My Love and stuff. I think we work well together, and they're great people. So
There's a great idea for a DriveWire concert series. Right
Oh,
there.
yeah, there you go.
I don't know. We'll talk about it.
we did one of those actually last April, right? April.
At the Rose.
Yes,
last year at
with,
the Rose. Yeah,
11 past 1. That's where I met you guys.
That's where we met
yeah.
originally. That's where we met originally.
Now
Yeah,
I
yeah, man.
remember.
Thought you looked familiar.
Hey. Were you really early for that show too? Or
Yeah, I'm always there.
It's that
Yeah.
joke. He was early for the show.
love
He-
that,
He
man.
beat
I
us
love that.
actually to the show. Truth be told.
Yes.
We're a little dainty.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
professional.
they
man.
made up for it, and they got me a Red Bull. So
Yeah,
Hey, that's
so
what we
we're
do
all
here.
wired.
We hooked our guests
Mine's
up. We
still a
hooked our
little bit
guests
full.
up.
Mine's still a little bit full.
So do you want to? I mean, I always love to just get the general backstory of the individual. Like, where did you end up starting? How'd you end up making
Sure.
your way to Navigate?
And
this guy,
why music, yeah.
And I mean, okay,
And
and
why
why
music.
music?
why music?
Yeah, why
Yeah.
not like
His
Italian
question-
scripture?
His
Ah,
question plus
I am
why
Italian,
music.
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I
almost
just
like
knew,
you knew.
man.
Yeah.
I just freaking
Yeah.
knew. I'm just
Well,
saying. Whoa.
Italians play accordions. If
snap.
they try and do
That's the
music,
one that's
like the
across
first.
and-
Yeah, that's the
That's
first
cool.
thing that my
He's my-
nono will be like, do you play accordion? And it's like, no, I'm
I'm
going for
sorry.
more guitar.
I could do a
I'm
really
I'm
cool
trying to be
shred
cool,
lick. you know?
Mom.
Sorry to you, accordion. I mean, yeah. Hey, it's cool. There's a place for it.
There's a place.
Guitar blows my mind. I'll be
so
honest with you.
my brother started playing drums when I was pretty young.
Okay.
He would play like Primus and like Rage Against the Machine and that
You-
sort of vibe.
older brother.
Older brother.
So you
oh
looked
yeah.
up to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So
So
you're
that's
like,
where it
this guy's
started.
cool. Okay,
yeah,
I get you.
That's where it
It would
started.
have been crazy
and
if he was your younger brother. Like I was 3,
Yeah.
was he a year and a half? He
He's a
started just
prodigy.
He was a prodigy.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
No
doing
matter
like-
how
yeah.
good I get, I'll never
Mozart.
feel good.
But anyway,
Mozart.
sorry.
Yeah, no. So I saw him doing his thing, and I kind of mimicked it for a while, and eventually my parents got me a guitar, and the rest is kind of history
Rest
from
is
there.
history, just kept learning.
I learned guitar first, and then came songwriting, and then came vocals, because I was kind of like instrumental music has a place, but I felt like I had something to say.
I got something to
so-
say, man. I want to
Yeah,
say it, and I
yeah.
want to say it.
let's throw it over a song.
Yeah.
So when I
Yeah,
started playing guitar, there was a period of about 2 years where I was absolutely trash. Like really seriously very bad. And even now, like I can play guitar pretty well, and even when I've tried other things, like sometimes I'll try and play not so much a stringed instrument like ukulele, that's quite easy for me to learn,
Right.
but like a piano, like something completely different.
Right.
There's that period where you're like, fuck, I really still suck at all these do you know what I mean?
I still get that.
So,
oh yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that I'll ever not get that with stuff I haven't done. But how do you push through
Get through
the
that.
shit years?
You just do. I think you know what I mean. Like
keep
I think
trucking?
there's people that just give up, and then there's people that don't. As far as that goes, like I mean, I've had that question a lot. It's like, how do you know how to play guitar? How do you? And it's just because like it's like, well, I didn't go out on some of those Friday nights and like. That's what I did.
Yeah, I
you know what
just
I
sat
mean?
home and learned
you know,
guitar for the night.
it doesn't
Yeah,
just kind of happen. And I
You gotta
think
work for
people, they get a guitar and they realize that and they go, oh, like, you know, then
yeah.
it collects dust.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, man, you'll never kind of get rid of that feeling. Like, I'm sure even the
those-
prodigies, like, they still think they suck.
Joe Bonamassa
You know what
before every
yeah.
stage, like, oh man, am I going to kill it
I'm
tonight?
sure.
I'm probably going to kill it, but
Yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah,
you know, maybe not.
maybe not.
But living
might-
through those mistakes is one of those things that I think is also, like you say, just pushing through the shit, you know, because,
Yeah.
you know, you could, sure, I mean, I've seen it in live shows myself where they're jamming out, and then, you know, when you're going up for a note on just the neck, and, you know, you go from a 5/7 to a 7, like 12, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, no, that was too high or something,
Yeah.
and you just correct yourself.
We're
and keep going.
humans. You know what I mean?
right?
You're
We're
never
bound
going to
for
be
mistakes.
perfect.
Yeah.
And I think people know that too.
Yeah.
Like, especially with live shows. I know
Yeah.
musicians try and be perfect as studio quality as they can, but you know what I mean? Like, if you fudge a note, it's not like someone's going to be like, this band sucks.
That guy did
you know?
not hit the octave properly. I'm leaving this show.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's
I
not
want my
gonna happen.
$26
I've
back.
actually
Yeah.
found that for me, like live shows that I do where I'm putting myself all out there, even if I hit like honestly 5% notes wrong, like that's a lot in a song.
Yeah.
But
Even
even
it
if I've done
sounds
that,
so good.
people will come up to me after and really give me praise versus the time where maybe I'm not as into it, but I play everything like I'm more reserved, but I
Right.
hit everything.
Right.
People don't give a shit.
No.
They don't care.
No.
But if you like give everything you
Everything
got
you
and
got
you hit
for
a
the
couple
show,
open
man.
notes,
Yeah.
they don't even know it.
No.
Yeah.
They really don't
No.
know.
And you know what? It's some of that's just like playing past the note. You know, people don't realize it unless you kind of make it a big thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you make a face, then it's like, oh, he
he
messed
messed
something
up,
up.
yeah,
But if
and
you
he
just
knows it
act
and-
all like suave and cool, like
Or play it off like
Most-
that, and then hit
yeah.
it like, that was cool, but
most
whatever,
people
I don't. Care, you know?
but then
Yeah.
you know, there's I don't know if you've seen that like Nick Jonas guitar solo.
No, I'm not.
It's like a shreds. I don't know. It's not fake, but he like
shreds
messed
it?
up a solo. Like it was a start of a solo, and like it was a meme culture now. So I mean,
So what-
you
so
could
what-
end up
What
on
happens?
a
So
meme.
does he just go past it, or is
Yeah,
he like,
no,
he bites?
like
He
it's like
stops.
he fudges it like pretty hard,
Oh,
and like
no.
I don't know if he stops. It's just like really noticeable.
Yeah.
And obviously, someone on the internet takes like that
Oh,
10
way
seconds.
too much.
Well,
and
DriveWire,
just puts it on loop, you know.
it's you just got
and
to
it got
keep living
huge.
in that
yeah.
moment.
I mean, that is the hard part of messing up, but whatever. He got some exposure
Got
from
exposure.
that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like
that's
more
true.
people know who
They
he is
care,
now.
yeah.
It's marketing,
It's
right?
marketing. We'll have to come back to that. All right, so here we are with Brendan DiStefano. Keep nailing that from Navigate the Sky. We're going to come back after a break. We're going to Infatuation by Navigate the Skies and Girls from Courage My Love. It's going to be sweet. Catch us soon. Come back on DriveWire Radio. We love you. Don't leave us. We really love you. Stay with us. We love you.
CFRE.
What is going on?
Welcome back.
We should record in between the breaks because
Should
it's
be
just
like-
as good.
Good. Yeah, it's just as
It's
quality
A new
content.
YouTube
Yeah.
series
Yeah.
idea 2020 DriveWire between the breaks. Right
Between the
there.
lines, we'll call it.
Between the lines.
Between the lines. Between the
Sure.
lines.
I like that.
So, Mr. DiStefano.
Oh, now he's
There we
just
go. That's
now he's
just-
just throwing
it's-
it
you
out.
gotta
there
Now
throw
that I
it.
got it
Comfortable,
down, I
right?
got it
Yeah,
down. You
yeah.
know what I mean? So, man, you do more than just vocals.
I do.
What
I
else? What else do you do?
So I basically have been writing songs for a long time. So I write songs in the band, and I manage our social media. I do a lot of graphic work, and everything
like
that
in
you
design
see.
kind of things. Like
Yeah,
designing.
yeah.
Nice.
I've been messing around with Adobe After Effects.
After Effects as well.
It's
Nice.
kind of industry standard now,
For sure,
and I've
for
been
sure.
seeing a lot of bands do like artwork visuals. You know what I mean? Like moving animated kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
I've been.
just saw Nikki's Wives actually just released something like that last week.
Right?
Just in the picture, and it's
Oh,
got
cool.
a really weird moving background. and stuff.
Sweet.
So yeah, that's
Yeah, it's common now. I've noticed in lyric videos too.
the
I've been
lyric
messing,
videos are crazy.
messing
They're
with.
getting crazier.
Yeah,
Like
it's a lot of work.
I say, the amount of work that must go into that to do those kind of projects. Like
It's.
you're
I mean,
focusing your time doing it. That's for
yeah,
sure.
and you know what? My love is music. I always come back to it. I'm
always a
always
full
like,
circle.
like I like designing stuff, but we just do it just because we don't have the funding to kind of pay.
And it's like your self
100
promotion
different
right
people,
there, man.
right?
Like,
Yeah,
you're creating it. It's
exactly.
all you, man. It's
Exactly.
all ownership, all
Yeah,
trademark
we
you.
have full creative control, which is
That's awesome.
really
great.
nice.
That
I
is
mean,
huge,
it
yeah.
is
It's
really
really
nice. I don't think we've ever not had that. I don't think we ever want that, like
Yeah.
to not have creative control. I try and do as much as I can. The other guys, they do their part.
They do their parts as
They,
well.
I
yeah.
was half
course.
expecting you to be like, that guys don't do
The other guys don't do shit.
I don't do
no.
shit. You know?
We all produce, which is a big thing. It's a big step we've kind of taken too with this new single.
You guys all sit down, work in the studio together, listen
yeah,
to it. Like, what should
yeah.
we change here? If you add anything, nice.
Yeah, we've been doing that. We send stuff also too, because that's easy too. We
Next,
send-
back and forth between each other,
yeah,
of course.
because
of
we
course.
all have DAWs and we all have a program and little studios
Right on.
that we can bounce
Hop
ideas
into it.
and
yeah.
So I mean, it
And then
works
the-
really well with the three of us.
And then the writing, of course.
The writing, of
can't ever
course.
forget the writing as a
The
skill.
writing.
Like
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually on the lyrics and we usually structure the song together and
right on.
they kind of tell me if my lyrics are shit and need to be changed, which is nice though. Which is nice because
It's subjective.
Well,
That's true.
that's the thing. Like you could say anything in the song.
Yeah,
Like,
That's true.
It's
You know what I
it's
mean?
almost too much.
there's too many
Possibilities.
possibilities.
Yeah.
Too many
Yeah.
possibilities.
So you said something really interesting actually before we started, where you were talking about, like, look, you can't market a terrible song, but if you have a great song and no marketing, it's also just as like nobody
It's
knows.
just as bad.
It's just
Yeah.
as bad.
Yeah.
So how do you first of all decide you have a good song, and then once you do, what do you
What's next
how
step?
how do you get it to as many people as possible and start
I
a
mean,
kind of movement?
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Like, what
but,
have you found?
But what I've found is, the song obviously comes first. How you know you have a good song is by showing people. It's kind of hard. Like, I mean, as a songwriter, you write a lot of songs, so you go, oh, I like this one.
I like this one a lot more than-
There's some sort of attachment to this song or whatever. So you kind of know that way. But for me, I always have to show someone else because it's like you got to get an honest reaction, and
Honesty.
it's hard to do that yourself.
For sure.
Because
Because you're always telling yourself it's great or
Yeah.
it's not good enough.
Yeah,
That's the one thing that always
and that's the other thing. Like every songwriter thinks, "Oh man, this is a banger." When you're writing it, it's like, "Oh, this is
the greatest
definitely
thing
gonna
I've ever
work."
written.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you put it out, and it's like, "Oh, like no one gives a shit."
No
Okay,
one-
well,
trying to write another banger.
But and that's the other thing. You just got to keep moving forward and
Is it scary
finding
to
a
get,
balance.
get a
between-
balance? Yeah. Is it scary to get an honest opinion when you
Yes.
write the banger?
When you write
Yes,
the banger.
and no, because a lot of people don't give their full honesty
opinion.
unless you don't know them or it's family or they're an honest sort of friend that
Yeah.
will tell you. But
Yeah.
a lot of people go,
They
no,
just, yeah, it's really,
it's
really
good.
good.
And you never really know. But yeah, it's hard to hear sometimes because you want to be defensive about it.
Yeah.
But you also have to accept it too because
sure.
um,
Not everyone's going to be a winner.
my brother actually said something interesting though. He was kind of like, if you listen to a lot of people, if you kind of focus too much on people's reactions, it's like a pilot, for example. He doesn't get everyone in the plane to come fly the plane.
No,
He
he doesn't care about anybody else.
he doesn't
It's
care about.
himself.
It's like I'm I'm piloting this thing, and
Yep.
you know what I mean. So it's a mix of both.
It's kind of one of those things where we've heard that in the past from other guests where we, we've one of those things where we ask, when you show your music to your friends, do you expect an honest opinion back from them? And when it's like, they kind of word in the sense where, I expect an honest opinion from them, but that honesty also is not always the deep truth where it's
No.
they're not going to give you that
You
constructive.
guys,
and
have you seen Get 'Em to the Greek?
Yeah.
You reminded me of this, the very first scene where Jonah Hill is trying to tell this, Russell Brand how he hates this song, and, he just tears
Yeah,
into
yeah,
it. He's
yeah.
like, I respect that.
Exactly
But
like
it's peppered
it's-
with hate.
right. It's exactly like that.
But that's
Yeah.
one of those things you just got to look for it. And you
But you
find
need
it.
it
Yeah.
too.
You need it as well, for sure.
Like
Do
you
need it.
actually need. So
You
imagine
supports
you
the
write some
bridge.
lyrics that you love, and you get a bunch of feedback that it's not really that good. Do you scrap the whole
Ooh.
thing, or do you tweak it a little bit?
See, that's the other thing. You kind of have to make the executive decision and kind of go, you know what? I know this is a good idea. Like, I'm going to, fight for it. And, sometimes if you fight for it, you eventually kind of get your way. But some ideas, you kind of have in your head, and then someone says, yeah, you should maybe change this part. And you go, oh, yeah.
I was saying,
They reassure it.
totally.
They almost reassure it.
Yeah,
So
okay, so
it
you're
depends
almost
on the
thinking-
song, but
Fair enough.
a lot of the times I'll take things with a grain of salt and kind of compromise.
On
You
the
know?
flip side of that, do you ever actually not in that proper take two? On the flip side of that,
Take
do you
two.
ever? When I've been messing up lately,
Yeah.
I've just been saying, all
That's
right,
all right,
refresh,
man.
take two. It's fun.
On the flip side
On
of
the
that,
flip side of that, though, do you ever take your writing when you're writing things and ever sit down with other people? I'm like, hey, do you want to help me write, or what do you think of this idea of writing towards?
Oh,
this,
absolutely.
or-
Collaboration.
Yeah, collaborative writing, or general bouncing ideas off of people and then taking it back, writing it.
Yeah,
Sitting in a room of
absolutely.
people and then not conversating with anyone until I need their opinion.
Right. Absolutely. For me, I mostly do a lot of the stuff kind of the writing of the lyrics by myself and then bring it to people
Nice.
generally, because I find it tough when it's a too many cooks in the kitchen
Yes.
type vibe. It's okay,
Too many
we're going for
ideas,
this
or-
idea,
Yeah.
and then someone goes, oh well,
what about
What about
what
this
about
one?
this? And then it's okay, here we go.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
All right.
I found it was really I mostly am with guitar myself. I don't write a lot of lyrics, and when I'm writing, it's really nice to have full control of the reins because you know what you want to do with it.
Right.
But there are those times where unequivocally someone else's idea is just better than yours. Do
course.
you know what I mean? Sometimes you're nah, I got this. I'm in. But
Right.
other times you're shit, I'm just missing that piece, and that
Yeah.
one person with that honestly one or two notes that you're not thinking of can
Yeah.
just make a
That's the one.
whole big
Yeah.
difference.
And we have that happen all the time with the three of us. That's kind of why this trio works really well, because we all kind of see the song differently, and see different parts of the song. I know Shane, he's definitely really more ear picky, and even Josh is too, about little things that I sometimes don't even hear.
Don't
And,
even notice it.
Yeah, yeah, and even certain chords, it's oh, why don't we try and mash them up and kind of switch the C to a D, and we
Oh.
try and and it's really
Let's try.
that's collaborative, man.
Yeah.
That is, and you have to be willing to
Yeah.
hear people out, and if someone has a better idea, it doesn't necessarily mean yours sucks or whatever. It's just that's the way it
So
works,
it's
right?
just-
Do you ever
better
find
idea.
it's hard to admit that the other idea is better?
No,
No.
I mean, yeah, I laugh, but no, I mean, I don't know. You got to drop ego and stuff
Sure.
with any sort of songwriting and teamwork. I think it only causes issues.
For sure. Yeah, you just end up putting
no,
roadblocks.
my
up to
idea.
things.
No, my idea. It's
Okay, little 4-year-old, sit
okay,
back
yeah,
down,
it's
sit down, take a
okay,
nap, have a juice box.
We're trying to
let's
get
come back
something.
to it,
We're trying to get something finished.
Yeah, song before everything else.
Yeah,
Song before
yeah.
everything else.
You try to think like that, but no, I'm just kidding.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You guys recently dropped that new song. Are you guys working on possibly a new album for the new year? Maybe something in
Ooh,
the future? EP
hoping,
maybe even. I hate
hoping.
using albums, so it's
Yeah,
EP album,
album.
whatever. They're saying the same to me.
Definitely. We're working on a few more tracks for the rest of the year.
Right on.
I think we're gonna try and keep doing a few more singles and kind of have something by the end of the year. Hopefully.
Right on. The hype around the singles is so. I mean, when a band releases a single, people go nuts for it. So
and
it's awesome.
not only that, but just like the climate of the music industry right now, it's not really, just to throw a 6-song EP out in the middle of nowhere and you're trying to build a hype.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough. Especially monetarily too, because you put all this money into a 6-song EP. You don't want to just throw it away.
You don't want to just throw it away, man. No, yeah.
So how do you build a hype? You're the
singles,
marketing guy.
Singles,
that's how you build it?
You kind of build up to the release, you know what I mean? There's things called campaigns, obviously. You do a 12-week campaign for your release. And
would that be like promotion, like posts on Facebook,
right.
Maybe little snippets of the song or anything like that?
Yeah, even PR and, reaching out to music blogs. That's what I did. Just reaching out to music blogs.
Like, hey, this is...
Yeah, hey, I have a new track. If you guys would like it, this is our band. We have a release show. You can come to that. We'll throw you on guest list. That really helps.
Magical thing, man. Guest list is a beautiful
thing.
It
really helps.
Yeah, FREE caps.
But yeah, building the hype, I guess, is why you probably don't see a lot of 12-song albums anymore. But
I say, and that's so true, because even when when an artist drops one of those huge tracked albums, it's just like, man, there's like 6 songs from that album that were released as singles,
right.
And then even at that, it's like, I mean, the album
subpar.
Yeah, it's
well,
like,
I'll tell you why they're doing that now. It's for streams. So like,
really?
If you do have like a lot of fans, like say Post Malone, he did like a 20-song album, which is genius because he knows he has listeners, right?
People
so if you have streams on 20 songs. That's a lot more money, and you know what I mean. Like, there's only a few ways to make money nowadays in music. So
I remember, I forget who it was, but it was a female singer, and she was actually going around all the Walmarts in her area and buying all the copies of her CDs so that it was like the sales were there. It was crazy. She was in her video, and there was a bunch of friends were like, okay, we got this Walmart cleared out, we got this Walmart cleared out, now we got these 3 left. And it's like.
It's like, yeah.
Are you feeding money back into your own bag?
100,000 sales. I have no money.
I have no money now, right? It's crazy. It was nuts. It was nuts.
Maybe it's a good campaign because maybe someone saw they did a video.
They did that. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's something. It's something, man. Anything to get noticed nowadays.
Yeah.
That's kind of
anything
what
different.
It is. Like, you got to do something different. You got to do something mainstream. You got to get noticed.
Absolutely.
I just have so many ideas myself about doing things crazy different, but I don't have like a band of my own to just be like, all right, guys, we're doing this crazy shit today. You know what I mean? Like, I have those.
Who's down to do something crazy?
Yeah, that's like, I have so many of those ideas, like a lot of them. I've honestly started considering just writing, like having like an idea blog and just, this is what I would do if I was this person. Like, because I just got I can't possibly follow through on all this shit in my head.
Oh yeah.
But I'm like, man, if
you got to get it,
you know what,
out somewhere.
You mentioned sending in CDs. This is the last thing before the break. I think I've said this on air, but I've been telling Dom, because like they get inundated with CDs here, and you look at them,
that blows my mind.
Like,
hundreds,
dude, like it's unreal. I look at Dom, and he's like sad with how many CDs he has to listen to. Like,
hey Dom, how many new envelopes today?
Yeah.
He's like 30.
He's like, shut up!
No way.
Don't talk about the new envelope. Like, it's that. But I've been saying,
I can't
like,
believe
dude,
that.
how good would it be to just write, don't listen to this trash on your own thing and send that in?
Yeah.
That's gonna get heard.
Yeah.
Like, I would listen to that one first.
Anything different.
That's it. And even if it's, again, like we talked about starting a war against DriveWire. Listen, like, if you ever see, you know what I mean? Like, we can start like a big old
starting
thing, like,
some bad press.
Navigate the Sky breaking, hates DriveWire radio. Tune in next week to find out why. We're like, those fucking pieces of crap, like.
Yeah. Oh, it could happen.
Like, you start like some sort of kerfuffle.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Some like where you're in the middle of this.
Oh,
drama.
I'm sure one day. I'm sure it's gonna happen.
Oh, I bet you won't even be that far away. I'm crafting it already.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going to break, and
Here,
when we come
you
back
do it,
from
you
break,
do it.
actually, we got a live performance from the man in the seat.
We're gonna get a song or two.
Two. We got two songs.
We got two songs.
Oh, I'm not gonna tell them what they are though, because I want them to stick around to find out. We're going to again Navigate the Sky, because beautiful, wonderful music from you guys. Cut Me Off, and then we're gonna follow that up from Autumn Kings. Need Your Love. CFRE DriveWire Radio with us.
Woohoo!
Just taking it to break. All right. CFRE DriveWire. Welcome back.
It's power.
It's power hour time.
Crawford, we gotta
I
get
don't know why
this
I
like.
said that.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
To
I'm just calm.
We gotta
I'm
kill
approach,
that.
You
We
know,
gotta
I'm
get-
just
get
real
going.
cozy,
Hey, welcome back
real
to DriveWire.
cool. Welcome back
what
to
he
DriveWire
does.
Radio. I should just be on Jazz Radio. It's the tea hour with biscuits and your host Crawford.
Tea
No, it's the DriveWire Radio. What's up, everybody? We got live performance, and we're going to be doing a couple Navigate the Sky songs. But we just got the man, the myth, the legend. Hey, I'm queuing out slow.
All right,
Steady,
man. Come on. Hook 'em up.
Something different is our first track. Take it
That's
away
it.
whenever you're ready.
Just came out a couple weeks ago.
Just came
You
out
can
a couple weeks
listen
ago.
to the song, stream it anywhere.
Yeah.
Love it.
Bam.
Spotify, YouTube, wherever.
Put it on replay. Get the song played.
Yeah.
Just
Help us pay rent.
give them the streams. Give them the streams, people.
This song's called Something Different. I can't speak when you're near me. All I feel is something way bigger than me. You take the ropes and I'll take advantage. You've never been loved and I'm a romantic. I know you've been hurt, but you could put faith into me. 'Cause I promise that I'll love you slow. I'll never be the first to go. You make me feel something different. You are the piece I've been missing all my life. Do you feel the same? I can't speak. Thinking about you, all I feel is you make it harder to breathe. You take the ropes and I'll take advantage. You've never been loved and I'm a romantic. I know you've been hurt, but you could put faith into me. 'Cause I promise that I'll love you slow. I'll never be the first to go. You make me feel something different. You are the piece I've been missing all my life. Do you feel the same? We've both been through the pain. Said things never change. I know you've been hurt, but you could put faith into me. 'Cause I promise that I'll love you slow. I'll never be the first to go. You make me feel something different. You are the piece I've been missing all my life. Do you feel the same? 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 Do you feel the same?
That was beautiful, my friend. That was incredible. Now, one of my favorite things to do when we get a live song is there a story to that song? I always love to hear if there's always a story to it. You know,
a
there's
little
a story
bit.
to every song, kind of, I like to think.
A little bit of story. In May, I was at CMW last May.
Canadian Music Week.
Yeah, CMW, Canadian Music Week, and I met a girl.
Uh-oh.
I met a girl there, and it was cool. Like, we had a
In an artistic way.
yeah, actually, like, she was a musician, and we kind of like talked, and I felt really good about it. Went home, wrote this song, not necessarily in like a love way or like, I don't know, like
just
a
like a
romantic
feel-good way almost,
but it was like a feel good way.
Yeah,
like I
good
met
energy.
someone that was good energy, that, was a good conversation that had nothing, no strings attached.
Made you feel something different.
And it made me feel something different. Yeah.
I love that. That's amazing.
That's exactly where it
See,
came
that's
from.
why I love hearing the stories, because it's a good song.
Yeah,
But then
thank
it's like you listen to the lyrics and you're just like, man,
something more to it.
Something
right?
more to that
Something
right
different.
there. Now we're gonna go to the second one.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, you see. I told you dad jokes would be on air. So
We love dad jokes at DriveWire. We gotta get a dad joke T-shirt.
yeah.
We're gonna go to our second tune from you here, live acoustically in the DriveWire studio. It's Like a Drug. Take it away whenever you're ready, and I will Q and A you after about the song.
Oh,
just wanted to give you a heads up. I'm waiting now.
for it. All right, this one's called Like a Drug. Thank you. Broken up, I feel like I'm in pieces. Couldn't take the heat and all the feelings. Always running from what's really good for me. So much more to life that I'm too blind to see. Looking up to get you in my veins, hoping that I can stay high on this wave. I need you like a drug. Don't know what I'm doing. Left your heart in ruins. What have I become? I need you like a drug. Admit that I'm an addict. It hurts when I don't have it. What have I become? I need you like a drug. I need you like a drug. Shaken up and barely feeling sober. Heartbroken and always hungover. I can tell when you've read all my messages. There's no chance of getting you back again. Lucky enough to get you in my veins, hoping that I can stay high on this wave. I need you like a drug. Don't know what I'm doing. Left your heart in ruins. What have I become? I need you like a drug. Admit that I'm an addict. It hurts when I don't have it. What have I become? I need you like a drug. It's time I quit you now. You only wear me out. And I'll admit that I'm a little bit addicted and bound to relapse, yeah. Just gotta relax. I need you like a drug. Don't know what I'm doing. Left your heart in ruins. What have I become? I need you like a drug. Admit that I'm an addict. It hurts when I don't have it. What have I become? I need you like a drug. It's time I quit you now. You only wear me out. And I'll admit that I'm a little bit addicted and bound to relapse. I just gotta relax. I need you like a drug. Woo!
Very, very, very nice, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Now, clearly, I get a little bit of a love vibe there. Maybe a little bit of a like,
more of a love.
bit of a like
love
vibe.
vibe.
I'll grab that. I'll
Yeah,
hold
you
that.
grab the guitar. Thank you, sir.
Just get a hold on to that beautiful
hold
guitar.
it.
It's incredible.
It's nice.
It's
thanks.
so nice. So I mean, the story with that, but just you don't even have to share details if you don't want to. Just maybe like
Give me all the details.
Actually,
general
this
backstory.
one kind of has a little bit of a story.
Right on. I love it.
So a year or two ago, we were in Los Angeles, and we kind of got. There's SoCan. I don't know. You guys are familiar with SoCan?
Yep.
For those
SoCan
that
is
don't,
a songwriting agency that pays you on your money when you get it on.
for those
air,
that don't know, there you go.
Just
Yeah.
making sure everyone.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm
Filling
with you.
in
I got
everybody
You're
on
with
the-
us,
yep.
but they have a house for Canadians and songwriters there, actually. So
Like you get to just stay there. Like
yeah,
the
for a
house?
week.
Really?
It's not
That's
free.
cool.
You
No,
pay a
of
little
course
bit,
not.
but like compared to a hotel or
hotel
whatever in
anything,
LA,
absolutely.
and they have they have rockets, like for those that don't know, Rocket is studio monitors.
Okay, so the speakers
So they have
there?
like speakers set up, and you bring your laptop and you write songs and stuff. So we got connected with a songwriter by the name of Scott Robinson through a friend, just like last minute too, and it was like, oh, do you want to do a session on Wednesday? We ended up doing it, and Like a Drug was what we wrote.
That was a song of them happening.
Yeah, we wrote it in like a little tiny studio. I remember they had to take like the air conditioning off whenever we did vocals.
Oh, because
it was
back
too
noise?
loud. Yeah,
we kind of had that issue with the fan in our studio, but
wondering-
we've kind of just like, yeah, it's there. Yeah.
whatever.
I'm wondering
you know.
if we should have done that for the song. Hopefully it doesn't come through because I'm just
Oh,
thinking
I
you just
hope not.
said that and I was like,
Oh,
You know
no.
what? The song's great, but the fan was a little annoying in the back.
sorry,
Man, that was a
sorry.
free guest. We didn't even have to pay for that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Like, that's
My
guest
biggest
vocals right
fan.
there.
Yeah.
Don't leave us a Google review. Don't leave us a review.
All
Well, I'll
right.
be reviewing.
I'll be reviewing. Well, hey, I hope you had a good time.
No, I had a
You
great
know,
time.
excellent.
Thank you guys for having me.
Wait, we got another break.
We
here.
got another break.
got another
No,
one. Yeah, I
just
believe
wanted
it's,
to say
We
thank
got more
you.
break and more chatting to
Yeah,
do, so
we
don't
got
be
another
saying
chat
goodbye
here.
just
Well,
yet.
I gotta thank you 3 or 4
Aw,
times.
Thanks, bud.
thank you.
Thanks, bud.
So we're gonna go to the recorded version. We got the live. Now we're gonna go to the recorded. "Love You Like a Drug" by Navigate This Guy here on DriveWire Radio on CFRE. Anything else we want to say?
Enjoy Like a Drug.
Welcome back to DriveWire Radio.
Welcome
There's
back.
a line. You don't cross the line.
You
You
don't
don't
cross
cross
the
the line in the
You don't
sand.
cross
There's a line and you don't cross it.
And we try and cross the line every
uh,
day on DriveWire Radio every
yeah.
time because we want to get in the newspapers, on the news. We want to get nobody
Well,
reads
at
the
least
papers.
they're
We
honest,
don't want to get in
folks.
the papers. I regret that because
They're honest.
they're honest. Yeah.
I want to be in the papers. I'm telling you. I want some shit to happen,
kind of
and they're like,
publicity.
"Look
The
at this
papers.
DriveWire company fucking sucks," and then
Yeah.
DriveWire
Company,
co-host
yeah,
Andrew
yeah.
Crawford arrested for punching dolphin at the Ripley's Aquarium.
yeah.
Like, God
What
damn.
we were gonna do
A
a crazy
dolphin?
one. Yeah,
I don't know. I
we've
don't
been
think
throwing
that
around
happened.
ideas
We've
of
been
how
throwing
we can make
ideas around,
ourselves
yeah,
look
yeah.
pretty
A
shady.
dolphin.
Man
Wow.
lights himself on fire top of CN Tower for publicity.
See, that would
you know?
be that would be good.
Sent to hospital, covered for free because
You know what? People would complain, but you'd click the link.
You're gonna
know?
see, you're gonna be like, what? No,
Yeah.
he didn't. All right, I'll check it out. You know.
I'll click it.
At the end of the video, even if you end the video with that was stupid, you know,
Yeah.
you still watch it. And
You
that's
know, and
what
they like
counts.
hook in and they lean back like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just
goodness.
picturing like a dude on fire, like doing that position. And
Imagine.
that's the
That'd be
thumbnail.
crazy.
I would click that.
I would click.
you would
that.
click it.
I would
yeah.
absolutely click
I would
that.
never do that. Like go up there and
Dude,
hang
it's-
on that.
It
No
looks nuts,
way.
but they got like 4 wires and
Nope.
stuff that keep you.
I mean, the chances that it goes wrong is really low.
It
Very low.
is.
But
It's
if
not
it,
that.
But if
it's
it
just,
goes wrong, you're gonna die.
I
Yeah.
haven't heard any
Oh,
news
yeah,
stories that anybody's
absolutely.
fallen off so far. So
No,
we're going
no.
like 4 years good now. 4
Yeah.
years good. So
yeah.
it's-
Oh, I
it's
don't
pretty good
see it
record.
happening.
The problem
but it's just
is
terrifying.
possibility.
The
Yeah.
likelihood is closer to something like the guy who's hooking you up does it wrong
Does it
than the
wrong.
actual thing
Right,
messing
yeah.
up. I
He's
saw-
on his phone.
Have you seen
Wasn't
the one?
trained
It came out
properly.
really recently where a dude like is he's going zip lining and the guy is like kind of absent-minded and he puts him
Oh,
on the
no.
zip line and he just kicks him off the thing and he's holding on for dear life because it's dangling and it's not.
Right, yeah.
attached.
Yeah, yeah.
Some
and then
people
the
are
video
terrified
ends.
of
It's crazy
heights, too,
and you,
Oh,
I would be
right
too
here.
without
Yeah.
that. You know, you're like,
Well, yeah.
Well, if you let go, you die.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
nuts. It's nuts. It's
Yeah,
nuts.
like-
we have Peanut Gallery in the back getting involved.
We got a really
Yeah.
chatty peanut
Yeah.
gallery. God damn. You know,
We need
I'm
an extra
kidding, I'm
mic.
kidding. We do need the extra mic. We got to kind of like, I like the Howard Stern system where they always had the
Yeah,
sideline
yeah.
mic. You know,
Yeah.
just get it in there. We thought about doing the hallway sideline mic and students.
Oh.
Man, I would
Q&A,
really.
you
How
know,
cool
like,
would it be to
it'd
be
be
You need
like-
someone on the organ. Or,
right
you know,
there? It
right
says
there,
like
yeah.
Brendan DiStefano, navigate the sky. Like, do you have any questions
Yeah.
with a mic on that
Boom.
side?
That would be cool.
right? We've
That would
been
be
Fangirls could come up and be like, oh my God, I love you so
Yeah.
much. You'd be like,
Yes.
yo, thank you, ladies, but don't worry about it. You know, please keep moving. Please keep moving.
Yeah, in my dreams.
the logistics is hard. Like, we can't
Yeah.
get it around the underneath the wall, and so we would have to drive like a really long XLR.
For those who've
Oh,
never
yeah.
seen a DriveWire studio, there's a wall of glass that's
It's
hard
clear,
to get
yeah.
through.
it's like double pane too. It's not like one
It's not
little.
like
yeah.
through. No,
yeah,
it's like
some like
smash it.
plexiglass or fiberglass.
And you know what? It would be a good idea, but I don't know. Some people.
Well,
But
we
if
keep
they
the
don't wanna
mic
give
down
them a
low.
mic.
We talked
We
about
could-
this
we could
'cause
turn it off.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's-
you can turn
we
it off,
already
okay,
accounted for
If
the
they
dick
started
and all
saying-
those
Because you already
comments
know.
and, yeah,
You
there's
already
gonna
know.
be-
Yeah.
there's
I
gonna be
mean, like,
people.
listen, if I walked by a live radio show and there was a mic on
Oh,
my
yeah.
side of the
Are
glass,
you kidding
I'm
me?
saying
Are-
something.
do we not remember the FH R.I.P.
FHRIP.
You know, we'll think. You know, it's like something her right in the something. You know, the guy on the news. Yeah, you guys all remember that? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're not trying to get that. Well, we're trying to get that status level, but slowly but surely.
All right, moving on.
Recap.
Moving on. So this is the part of the show where we recap and tell you what we learned from you.
Wow.
But you're allowed to.
What'd you learn from me?
This is
You're
cut
allowed
cut
to-
us off
you have to
anytime
cut us
with,
off.
you know,
That's
with,
the thing.
Cut-
So if I
okay.
say something and you're like, yeah, but you have to go
You
with
gotta
it.
go into
Okay.
it.
Right? Like it's not a manners thing. You cut us off.
Okay.
Here we go. I keep hitting the camera. Sorry, camera. Don't stop. Keep playing. Nothing just happens. Just keep going.
Yeah.
It's
Like
when you
honestly,
just
just keep
work
going.
through it.
I have a saying that's like anything worth doing well is worth doing bad at first.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So just keep going. Like I really, really sucked at guitar. I'm just amazed my parents didn't make me quit. Honestly, I was really terrible.
Because you were
They,
that bad.
they
was so
walk in
bad.
the room like, son,
right.
please just stop.
Like I
Just
had
quit.
an okay sense of rhythm, but dividing rhythm and cutting rhythm and triplets and
Yeah.
that's hard to do, and
Getting
you won't get it at
evolving.
First. You won't
Right.
get it
Work
even
for it.
honestly for your first 5 years, most
Yeah.
likely.
Work for it.
Most likely. I mean, you could, but
And
chances
some
are,
people never, unfortunately, which
never
is
get it.
sad.
yeah.
But, you know.
It comes down to time spent.
Yeah.
Time
It comes
spent.
down to the time you spend.
And it
into
takes a lot of
right?
time. Yeah. So be patient with yourself. Is really. I like that. I agree with that. I think it's super true. And I wish a few more people were okay being bad for that beginning, because like I couldn't have understood how good I could be now.
Right.
Just keep
Like
working
if
at
I
it.
could send a video of myself now to myself at 8 years
exactly.
old,
I was just
do you know
gonna
how
say
much
that.
better I would
Really.
be now? I would load it like motive. I'd be like, holy shit.
Yeah. You know how impressed, 15-year-old, 14-year-old you would be?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
100%,
that's
man,
me. Are you kidding me?
100%.
There's that saying, like, remember when you wanted what you currently have? I think that's what it is.
I've never heard that, but I like that.
Yeah, so always try and remember what you wanted.
Yeah.
you
It's like
know.
setting achievable goals and
It's
achieving
true.
it.
It's
Yeah,
true.
Simple as
exactly.
that.
If you get, I don't know, for a lot of people it's a car, or for me for a long time it was a particular guitar. I really wanted a PRS.
Nice.
I love PRS.
Did you get one?
I had one. I don't have one now. I have a different crazy. I'll show you a
It's
picture.
better.
It's different. It's different. Yeah, it's definitely different.
Yeah,
it's
sweet.
really, really cool. But once I got the PRS, after like a few years of having it, I wasn't as
I'm okay
grateful
with it
for
now.
this.
Yeah, exactly.
You just get used to it.
Well, you move on to something.
Yeah, now I
another
want
goal.
that. Now I
yeah,
want
now
that.
I want that. Yeah,
and it's a trap.
it's hard not to get caught up in that,
true.
especially in music too, because it's like, oh, we want 1,000 streams. Okay, well we got it. Oh, we want 10,000. And then it's like, okay, 100,000. And it's like, there's never gonna be even like up to like a Post Malone. Like even them, they're probably like, oh,
Yeah.
let's do 1 billion.
Let's do
Like
1 billion
it's
views, yeah.
never.
It doesn't end.
It's never enough. So
doesn't
try
end.
and be happy. You know,
It's a
just by
journey.
doing
Yeah.
whatever you're doing.
I remember,
If you can hit
uh,
1 billion views on YouTube. That's
Well, yeah, that's amazing.
Seriously.
be grateful,
Seriously.
you ungrateful son of a.
and you
bee.
guys
Like,
are you guys are
dang
up
it,
to
dude.
650,000 now, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, you guys
you
are
know.
up there,
Pretty
man.
cool. I mean,
Thank you.
I read
Thank
a
you, sir.
couple
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
Nothing
yeah.
crazy. I didn't
A
do
couple things.
I read a couple things. Yeah, man, I like that. I like that.
Thank you,
I
thank
have here the music isn't everything. And I feel like a lot of artists hate hearing that. And as an artist, I hate hearing that. And I almost hate saying it. But
Yeah.
it's
the
true,
truth.
man. Like, if you don't have anything else aside from good music, like, if you don't have a good performance, if you don't have a good, like, ability to connect and get
A
shows.
story.
If you don't have a good story, oh, my gosh, a good story. Are you kidding me? It's
Story.
huge.
Well, you guys you guys have to tailor shows around a story, right?
Yeah.
So if
Yeah,
someone
every
comes in
episode.
and says, "No, I just play guitar," and and it's like,
Trust me,
okay,
we've had it.
We've had it.
we
man.
need
We've
an
had it.
hour
We've
of-
had a
of
couple
stuff,
episodes
so
where
you
we're
guys
just
better
we're
create
really
a
trying to
story.
milk the dry cow, man.
Yeah.
There ain't no milk coming out of it. You know?
We've been there. We've been. It's been
You know,
crazy.
I
man.
I feel for that.
So you need a
That's-
story. You
Yeah.
need
Story, yeah.
drive. You need networking. You need
Yeah.
people. You
The
need other
motivation,
bands. You need
almost.
motivation.
Yeah.
You need online content. You need visual content.
Yeah.
You need.
It's
you need-
overwhelming.
as well.
It's
I like that.
overwhelming.
It's
Yeah.
freaking crazy. Like
Yeah.
if you're a band and you're serious, you need a team.
Yeah, yeah. You
Like,
can't do it.
You cannot.
completely by yourself.
Even if it's a seasonal team, I'm going to call it. Like, just, okay, we're going on tour.
Yeah.
Let's get the booker, the this, the that, even just for just the tour. And then, okay, now next year we want to do this string of shows. Let's design the team for that.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
smart thinking.
And then you got that networking as well, because you got those people from last year that maybe have made new connections. You connect with them, make those other connections.
Creating relationships is super important.
It's
too,
super
you know,
important.
you can't just rely on someone else to create a relationship for your band or
You have to
anything
go.
in life, really.
Yeah, that's true. You have to go out and do that yourself.
Serious.
Yeah.
Serious. I love that.
True.
Get an honest opinion.
Get an honest opinion.
Yeah. I like that. And it's hard.
I agree.
The number of people I've met at parties and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna put out my music when it's perfect.
Right.
Like, okay.
You're never putting your music
You'll hear
out.
that.
You
a
know
lot.
what I mean?
No, I'm waiting for the perfect time.
Perfect time.
Yeah.
Waiting for the tide to settle a little
The
down.
acoustics aren't right in this room. Like,
It brings me
the sound ain't
visions.
right, that song.
There's that
Yeah.
scene in Indiana Jones where the guy drinks from the wrong cup and he ages super fast and he dies
Whoa.
like on screen. You know what I mean? Like that. When I
That's
hear that at a
terrifying.
party, I'm like, that's you, man. Like you're not.
You're drinking the cup, bro.
Maybe that's
you, man.
Maybe
You're the
that's
party
too
vibe.
savage. But I'm like, if you're only waiting
Right.
for the good time and a good song, first of all, it shows me you're not making that much music. But
Right,
two,
yeah.
there is no perfect.
There is
time.
no right time.
There's not.
No.
Go with it now,
Yeah.
or stop deluding yourself. Like at least just
Yep.
say, okay, maybe music isn't for me, and go pick something you like.
Even like producing ourselves, it was kind of like, are we ready for this? And it was like, well, when is going to
When
be
is
the
gonna be
time?
good enough?
So we were just like, okay, well, let's just do it then.
Yeah.
You know, at worst you get no stream or zero. No one listens to it. You know.
Yeah. Worst case scenario is a waste a couple $100 in the studio. And
Yeah.
Serious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's what we always said kind of about reaching out to people as well. It's like the worst thing I can do is maybe not respond or say no. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
the end of that book. Boom.
Right.
Close the chapter on to the next.
Yeah.
It's not.
You
know,
can't be so personal with everything. I've found, you know, business is business, and you know, if you don't get an opportunity, you're gonna be told no like 1,000 times.
man.
So
Hey, you got to get
Get
1,000
used to
no's
it.
to get that first yes, right?
yeah,
Like,
exactly. You know, it's just no means next opportunity.
I like that. I like
Someone
that.
said to me, and I was like, "Oh, that's a nice way to look at it." You know,
feels a lot
like,
better than get the fuck out.
no, yeah, exactly. That's what I tell myself.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's really true. And you are gonna get shut down much more times than you win.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Seriously, in anything, I think that's
Yeah.
universal.
It's just universal.
And then going through it, like not getting down on yourself. Like there's going to be enough people who are down on you that you don't need to add you to the list of
Yeah,
people who
exactly.
are down on yourself.
If you don't believe in yourself, no one else is.
Well, who's going to
you know?
believe in you if you
Yeah.
can't believe in yourself?
Yeah.
It really, like,
Even if you're faking it, you know.
fake it till you make it,
yeah,
baby.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't love that.
No, it's
saying, but
terrible.
you know,
Because if you make it and you're faking it, once you've made it,
work.
it's all gonna
Work
fall
until
apart,
you
man.
make it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Or-
Work until you make it.
Or don't, because then, you know, a lot of people just make it and then stop working.
And stop working.
And that's when it just starts.
That's the
you
truth,
know?
though, right? Like, as soon as you get to the top of the
Yeah.
staircase, that's when you actually start working.
The work
right?
really starts.
that's
Yeah,
why
yeah,
I have so much respect for Eminem.
oh,
Oh my
dude, that guy's a
goodness.
beast.
He's ridiculous because he got to the quote unquote top, and then he stayed there for a really long time.
Dude, he just kept going.
I mean,
Like, he
he's
just kept
he's
going.
had
That was
he's
at
had
God level.
some darker years, right? Like
For
he,
sure.
went,
Of
he went
course.
through his shit.
You
but
have
so
to.
Yeah.
so would I. Yeah, exactly. And then here he is, however the F many years later,
Yeah.
and
10
he's
years after
still
the
killing
relapse,
people. Like he
actually,
gets
yeah.
called out in a rap song and he throws one back, and it's
Yeah.
insane. You're
Yeah.
like, okay,
It's because he's still
Yep.
good
yeah.
at what he
Yes.
does. You
He's
know,
so
like
amazing.
if he said all these beefs and he started all these beefs and you know he
Didn't pull it
wasn't
off.
good, or he like started falling off and he wasn't rhyming
And
as
the,
well,
the,
or
the songs weren't
people
as
would
good
kind of
anymore.
start talking about that and start going,
But it hasn't happened.
true.
But he's back,
It's
man.
freaking crazy.
I
you know?
can't wait for 7-year-old Eminem to say, well, look at me now in a home with my
Yeah,
boners.
look at me now.
Yeah, he's just spitting new world records at 90.
Yeah,
Eminem featuring Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
It's just like unlistenable. That's the title because you can't understand it. Like,
unlistenable.
All right, man. Move past your ego.
Oh wow,
Ooh.
you've been writing down.
I mean,
like
I
it.
only have. You should see some of
you
the
should
notes.
see
that-
other pages.
Like,
Was
this
that all? Is that
this-
was all?
I
for the
only
show?
have 6 or
You had
7, dude.
6.
Look. This
He
is. I
dropped
got
his
19
pen.
from
He had
the
19 for
I got
last
19 from this other
Wow.
one. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all
Don't
good.
feel bad. These are
I
good
like
6.
that you keep these notes.
You know what you'll really like? Look at the front of this.
Plans for world domination.
Yeah, so
that's what it says on the
I have
front.
a book, and this is all of the interviews we've done for
Dude, right back to
DriveWire.
the first one, man.
And
Right
it
That's
back to the
amazing.
first
Yeah,
one.
and it
That's
says
gonna be worth
plans
some money.
for world domination. If this show blows up, we're gonna
Boom.
have all of them.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna number them 1 to whatever and just
That's
sell them
very
off.
cool.
I'm gonna rip you guys off so bad selling these things. I'm gonna charge you way too much money for it. Just kidding, man. Move past your ego. I like that. It sucks
Ego's
to
a speed
hear
bump,
bad
but-
things, but you need to hear bad things.
Yeah.
Like seriously, if you don't know that it sucks, you can't change
Can't
it.
change
No.
it.
So you got to know, and you got to put it out there, and take it not personal. Like this song
Yeah.
doesn't mean your whole freaking music career.
Even though you spent 40 hours on it, and someone tears it down immediately.
Yeah.
Tears
You
it
have
down
to
in 40 seconds,
you have
like-
to kind of learn how to be like, yeah, like maybe I'm too close to this, or
that's a good.
maybe
point.
he's right, or
That's a good point.
because a lot of the time we're way too close to it.
It
you know
does,
what I mean?
yeah.
You become emotionally attached
Yeah,
to
way
the
too.
song, and
Yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned, I'm not sure your bandmates' names. Sorry, guys, but you mentioned one
Shane
of them,
and Josh.
Shane
Shane
and
and
Josh,
Josh.
and how they're like ear picky. You said
Yes.
like
Like
that
in the best way
yeah,
possible.
Yeah, totally. I've been like that with songs where I'm like fussing over a note, whether it's a major seventh or just a regular major
Yeah.
chord, and
Yeah.
then you get to it and you ask like the opinion of another person, and it has nothing to do with that part. It has something
Yeah.
like they're not even paying it. So
Right.
you've over obsessed on this. So it's really challenging.
And
Where do
missed
you put-
like
The
you
big
know,
thing.
the big picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you are
That's
too
what
close
they're
to it.
really good for. And
Yeah.
that's what I really like about our
He's
dynamic.
blushing, guys. If you're listening, he's blushing.
Yeah.
while he says this.
Yeah, I love you guys if you're listening.
That's
Sorry you
amazing.
couldn't be here.
That's amazing. And then the last one that I really like, you mentioned this. We didn't get very deep into marketing. We'll have you guys
I
back.
have to have you back.
Yes,
full
we
band,
will.
man.
Yeah, full band,
We've had it with members.
full
and then the
performance.
full performance, full band.
That's why I only did 2 today. And,
Perfect,
keep
perfect.
some.
Didn't want to
We
blow.
want
okay.
more.
Okay,
We want
anytime.
more.
We'll
We
have
want
you
them
back. We'll have you back. We'll have you back. Reach music blogs. I think that's really
joke.
smart.
Yeah.
That's really smart.
Not enough people just email.
No.
Send an email. I'm not advocating on blowing a whole bunch of music blogs up, but
Do it.
I'm just saying
Don't be afraid. to
don't be
email.
afraid. You don't get
Yeah.
a response, whatever. It's no harm, no foul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as you take the time, kind of learn about the blog, tailor it to the blog, kind of know a little bit about the blog, it makes a whole bunch of a difference because people just copy paste.
Seriously.
Yeah. Copy
And it's
paste
like-
is not a good
No,
thing. It's not a
we
good
see
thing, man.
right through that.
I
You
love
guys
that.
see right through
There's
that.
a
Yeah.
context. There's a context to the blog. So, you would send something slightly different to our show than to another show that's all
Yeah.
just about the most popular thing.
Heavy metal
versus how
band
to-
reached out to Virgin Radio. You're like, well, they
Like, it
didn't
just
know
makes
their
sense.
audience.
So there's
Yeah,
a context,
exactly.
but also I think a lot of people feel like they're bothering a blog when in reality they're only looking for content.
Yeah,
so if
that's
you
their
come to them
job,
with
right?
good content and it's context driven to their blog,
To their
Right.
blog.
it only makes sense to put you in their blog.
Yeah.
It
They-
actually they're
they
like
need
thank
content.
You. Yes,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
helps them.
Yeah.
You've helped us by coming to us instead of we having to find you. Or, you know.
Yeah.
I like
exactly.
that. Little
Yeah.
tweaks, man. A lot of little tweaks like that get a musician from just having talent to having talent and getting
And
paid
you know
for
what?
it.
If they post it, and then you have content yourself to
You get shareable
kind of
stuff.
keep moving the song along. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's it.
Keeping it relevant.
Keeping it relevant.
Yeah, man. That's huge. All right, that's where we end it.
The relevant elephant, man.
Relevant elephant.
This is where we end
This
it.
is where we end it.
End it all.
For now.
Everyone
Hey,
drink the Kool-Aid.
Everyone drink. All right. Well, it's
I feel funny.
I brought peach Kool-Aid today.
I thought you were gonna say something.
No, I was just shushing you. Don't tell them you feel funny. Yo, guys,
All
thanks
right.
so much for catching us. You have Brendan
Thank you so
DiStefano
much.
from Navigate This Guy. Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you for
shed a
having
lot
me.
of knowledge for us. I appreciate that.
Unbelievable amount.
Got a bunch of nuggets out of you. We'll have you back.
I'll
band.
I'll have
Whole
some
band.
more for next time.
Okay,
Thank you.
I like
thank
that.
you. We're gonna end it with one of your tunes.
Awesome.
Navigate the Sky, watching me here, DriveWire Radio, CFRE. Thank you for listening. Sorry, I had to find the mouse. Bye bye.